Oasis Incubator Online. Title: Analysis of Manifesting Latent Structures in the Stray Dog Problem. Our presentation will focus on unraveling the multiple dimensions of the stray dog problem, from the most evident aspects, which constitute the manifest structures impacting our communities, to the deep-rooted causes generating this persistent challenge, residing within the latent structures underlying our society. Through this analysis, we aim to better understand the complexities of this situation and explore more effective avenues to address it. Index. In this presentation, we will delve deeply into the problem of stray dogs from the perspective of manifesting latent structures, as well as the different intervention policies applied. We will start with an introduction to the concept of manifesting latent structures, followed by an analysis of the results of the model on stray dogs. Then, we will examine individual policies, such as neutering, euthanasia, culture and consumption habits, and waste collection. Subsequently, we will explore the combination of different policies and their impact on the problem, followed by a conclusion summarizing the key findings. Let's dive into this presentation to better understand this challenge and possible solutions. Introduction. In the metropolitan area of Monterey, or any other city in the world, the issue of stray dogs is a serious concern that affects our communities. These animals not only pose a risk to public health by transmitting diseases but also contribute to the spread of pandemics and viruses, such as rabies. Local authorities have implemented traditional intervention policies, such as neutering and euthanasia, in an attempt to control this situation. However, to effectively address this problem, it is crucial to understand both the visible manifestations and the underlying causes of it. It is essential to understand that every system, whether social, environmental, or economic, is composed of a series of underlying structures that determine its behavior. These structures are formed by cycles of cause and effect that operate beneath the surface, shaping the functioning of the system as a whole. In our exploration of the stray dog problem, we will focus on two types of structures: the manifest or visible, where the effects or symptoms of the system reside, and the latent, where the fundamental causes of the problem are found. By understanding these underlying structures, we will be better equipped to design effective interventions that address the roots of the problem and generate long-term sustainable solutions. Explanation of manifesting latent structures. The manifest structures of the stray dog problem encompass everything that is visible at first glance: the physical presence of these animals in our streets, the transmission of diseases posing a risk to public health, and the traditional intervention policies implemented to address the situation. However, beneath this visible surface lie the latent structures, which are the true underlying causes of the problem. These include the lack of effective control and regulation of the canine population, political instability resulting from turnover of municipal authorities, people's habits of discarding food in the streets, and inefficient waste collection. Understanding these structures, both manifest and latent, is crucial for developing comprehensive strategies to address the stray dog problem in our community. It is important to recognize that the stray dog problem extends beyond what is superficially visible in our streets. Latent causes, such as people's habits of discarding food in the streets and inefficient waste collection, significantly contribute to this situation. By understanding these manifest in latent structures, we can develop more effective strategies to address this challenge comprehensively. Manifest structure, population dynamics and intervention policies. The manifest structure of the stray dog problem is easily identifiable and comprises the population dynamics of these animals in our streets. It is where the visible symptoms and effects of this phenomenon reside, including disease transmission and public safety risk. Traditional intervention policies, such as neutering, mass sterilization, and euthanasia, have been implemented as short-term solutions to control this population. These measures aim to curb the reproduction of stray dogs and control their numbers in the streets. A diagram of the model could clearly illustrate this population dynamics and the associated intervention policies, highlighting the importance of these measures in controlling the canine population. Latent structure, hidden causes of the problem. The latent structure of the stray dog problem refers to the underlying causes that are generally hidden from plain sight. These causes exist in an intangible form and have a significant impact on the proliferation of this phenomenon. Among these causes is food waste. which acts as an attractant for stray dogs and contributes to their survival in urban environments. Additionally, the culture and consumption habits of the population, along with inefficient waste collection, also influence the quantity of stray dogs in our streets. Designing long-term, sustainable, and effective policies to address these latent causes is essential to comprehensively resolve the stray dog problem in our community. Dashboard, Simulation Model Equilibrium Results. In this slide, we present a dashboard showcasing the results of the simulation model at equilibrium for the stray dog problem. Initially, the system is at equilibrium, indicating that the dog population is in a stable state without human intervention. Factors such as food waste, deficiencies in waste collection, and the presence of diseases act as limits to the population growth of stray dogs. It is important to note that if there is no excess food available, the growth of the dog population is constrained. Additionally, other factors such as diseases also influence population dynamics. This dashboard provides us with a clear insight into the initial situation of the problem before implementing any intervention policies. Results of the castration policy, manifest structure. In this slide, we present the results of the castration policy as part of our intervention strategy in the problem of stray dogs. Castration has been implemented as a short-term policy to control the canine population on our streets. The results obtained so far focus on the immediate impact of this intervention. However, it is important to note that behavioral patterns tend to repeat over time, indicating that continuous and sustainable policies will be needed to effectively address this issue in the long term. Results of euthanasia policy, manifest structure. In this slide, we will examine the results of the euthanasia policy as part of our strategy to address the stray dog problem. Euthanasia has been implemented as a measure to control the canine population in our streets, with the aim of quickly reducing their numbers. We will observe the immediate effects that this policy has on the population of stray dogs and how behavioral patterns tend to repeat in the short term. It is important to note that euthanasia is a short-term measure and that more sustainable, long-term policies are needed to comprehensively address this challenge. Results of waste collection policy, latent structure. In this slide, we will analyze the results of the waste collection policy as part of our strategy to address the latent causes of the stray dog problem. Waste collection has been implemented as a long-term measure to tackle the root causes of the problem, such as food waste that attracts stray dogs. We will observe the sustainable results that this policy has on the population dynamics of dogs in our streets. It is crucial to recognize the importance of sustainable, long-term policies to comprehensively address this challenge. Results of culture and consumption habits policy, latent structure. In this slide, we will present the results of the culture and consumption habits policy as part of our strategy to address the latent causes of the stray dog problem. This policy focuses on changing the culture and habits of the population to prevent food waste, which significantly reduces the availability of food for stray dogs. It is considered one of the best policies as it promotes a profound and sustainable change in society. However, its implementation requires ongoing effort and encompasses various strategies, such as education from childhood, television programs that address these issues in an accessible way for all ages, and the use of resources such as clowns at parties to convey messages about animal care and social responsibility. It is important to note that the results of this policy may take years to be seen, but its long-term impact is invaluable for comprehensively solving the stray dog problem. Policy mix, culture, castration, and euthanasia. In this slide, we will explore the application of a policy mix to address the issue of stray dogs. Specifically, we will consider combining the policy of culture and consumption habits with castration and euthanasia policies. While each of these policies may have an individual impact on the problem, it is important to assess their effectiveness and efficiency when applied together. Culture and consumption habits promote a profound societal change, reducing the availability of food for stray dogs in the long term. On the other hand, castration and euthanasia may have more immediate effects on the canine population. However, it is evident that applying castration and euthanasia alone does not make sense, as working solely on culture and people's habits to prevent food waste could be a more efficient and cost-effective solution. This combination of policies must be carefully evaluated to maximize its impact and optimize resource availability, which is always scarce in governments. Integrated approach, policies to address latent causes. In this slide, we will examine the integrated approach of policies to address the issue of stray dogs. It is important to recognize that each policy, whether directed at the manifest or latent structure, carries a significant cost in terms of resources. Given the resource constraints of local governance, it is crucial to strategically invest in policies that focus on the latent causes of the problem. These policies, aimed at cultural change, consumption, habits, and improvements in garbage collection, offer true and long-term solutions to address the problem at its root. It is important to note that none of these phenomena will lead to the total extermination of stray dogs. However, policies targeting latent causes will significantly limit the problem, although there will always be minimal presence of stray dogs due to isolated cases of abandonment. Conversely, policies applied in the manifest structure only offer temporary reductions of the problem, with the risk of resurfacing to previous levels in the future. This comprehensive and strategic approach is essential to effectively address the challenge of stray dogs and ensure sustainable long-term management. Conclusion. In this conclusion, it is crucial to recognize the difference between addressing the manifest and latent structures of the stray dog problem. Policies targeting the manifest structure focus on the visible effects of the system, such as the presence of dogs on the streets and disease transmission. While these policies may yield quick results, their effectiveness is limited in the short term. On the other hand, policies aimed at the latent structure address the underlying causes of the problem, such as consumption habits and waste management. Although they may take longer to show tangible results, these policies offer lasting and sustainable solutions that tackle the problem at its root. It is essential to adopt a comprehensive approach that strategically combines both dimensions to achieve effective and long-term management of stray dogs in our communities. It is important to note that the results obtained not only have a significant impact on the specific issue of stray dogs but also illustrate a broader philosophy of addressing social and environmental problems at their root. By focusing on the underlying causes of problems, we not only treat surface symptoms but also create more effective and enduring solutions that can be applied to a wide range of challenges. This perspective prompts us to reflect on the importance of adopting a holistic and proactive approach to problem solving, prioritizing prevention over short-term intervention. By doing so, we can create more resilient and sustainable societies that address current and future challenges more effectively. References. Connect with us. We're here for you. Thank you for your interest in Oasis Incubator Online. We are here to assist you with whatever you need. Feel free to reach out to us for more information, to answer your questions, or to discuss how we can collaborate. Here are our contact details.